Hey, Dolphins today is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code Dolphins for 20% off and free shipping. And later on, I'll tell you all about the performance package. It is absolutely loaded. But right now, I'm asking you, before we even get going, after that huge win, I want to know, what is your confidence level in the Dolphins now to earn the number one seed? The ball's in their court. They're in the driver's seat. Let me know how you feel. Scale it for me, 1 through 10, and let's get it going on Dolphins Today. And here we go. Welcome in, and a Merry Christmas to all. The dust has settled a little bit after that glorious victory at Hard Rock Stadium in dramatic fashion. The walk-off field goal by Jason Sanders, one of 5 on the day. And here's what we've got on this edition of Dolphins Today. I'm your host, Jake Rietma. We're going to really break down what we learned from that Cowboys game. And there's a lot to learn when you win. There's a lot to learn when you lose and everything in between. Unfortunately, the Dolphins got their 11th win of the season. We'll tell you what it all means. And at this point in the season, it's never a straight line in the NFL. There's ups, there's downs, there's twists, there's turns. And at this time, with 2 games left on the schedule, let's discuss who needs to step up. And of course, we'll close it out with what that AFC playoff picture looks like. But first and foremost, what we learned. I have this written down in ink in all caps, however you want to put it. But make note that Jason Sanders is the guy. He is reliable, and that was not how I felt about the kicker at the beginning of the season. And I know it's ancient history at this point. Go all the way back to week 1. Jason Sanders missed an extra point against the Chargers in a critical point in the game. He also missed a couple of field goals in week 2 against the Patriots. And you're probably thinking, Rietma, relax. That was ancient history. And hand up, I was wrong, because what Jason Sanders showed in that game at home with 5 field goals, 3 of them being from 50 plus, he's the guy I want kicking the ball for the Dolphins when the game is on the line. We say that time and time again. Not all field goals are created equal. And in the clutch moments on Sunday against the Cowboys, it was Jason Sanders booting the ball through the uprights with precision, with power, and helping the Dolphins earn that victory. They couldn't have done it without him. So I believe in Jason Sanders, but I want you to let me know if you do. With the game on the line, do you believe in Jason Sanders? It's real simple. Type Y for yes or N for no. I think special teams are often overlooked at every level of football. And since we're talking Dolphins, special teams can win you games, and we saw that in Sunday's game against the Dallas Cowboys. Not only was it the 5 field goals, yes, that's what's going to jump off the page, but Jake Bailey also helped the Dolphins control field position with his effective punting. There was a couple of punts inside the Cowboys, deep inside the Cowboys territory. One that started the drive on the 2-yard line. That totally limits what you can do offensively when you're backed up in the shadow of your own goalpost. And so I think special teams took a monumental step forward in this win over the Cowboys, and that is paramount to the success of any team getting down the stretch in the NFL and, of course, into the playoffs, since the Dolphins clinched a playoff spot. So special teams can be humongous. And on that same subject, as far as winning in all aspects of the game, I think this win taught us against the Cowboys, this win taught us the Dolphins don't always have to win flashy. They don't always have to score 70 points or have a bunch of sacks and turnovers and shut out the opposition like they did against the Jets. This was a game they grinded out from start to finish. They had some ups, some downs, some twists, some turns, some adverse moments, but they overcame it. And in the end, they stuck together as a team. And unlike on Monday night a couple weeks ago against the Titans, where this Dolphins team seemed to crumble in the most important moments, in this game, they united in the most trying of times to earn that 22-20 victory. And you see the stats, none of them really jump off the page from either side. Dak didn't have his best game. Tua didn't have his best game. Tua took care of the ball. The Cowboys had the one fumble. Offensively, the Dolphins moved the ball, but were settling for field goals. And again, there's no cookie cutter magic formula to winning in the National Football League. But when you look at the man next to you, you look at yourself in the mirror, the Miami Dolphins showed a lot of grit. And that is something we haven't seen from them on a consistent basis yet in 2023. And I think it's the mark of a contending team down the stretch. And I'm not saying, where that means, the Dolphins won this game, they're going to walk to the Super Bowl. No, not at all. But you found out that this team has the stones to be able to beat a good team and continue to squash that silly narrative based on the way that they played against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, coming up, we've got more to unpack from this game because there was a lot more to look ahead to in Week 17 of the National Football League. But right now, I want to give a huge shout out to today's presenting sponsor, Manscaped, and tell you all about some of their amazing products with free shipping using that promo code Dolphins. Also, 20% off. But folks, we're getting ready to turn the calendar into 2024, and that means you need to step into 2024 with confidence. Thanks to Manscaped, where resolutions are met, hairs are neatly kept, and as the new year approaches, why not make self-improvement a breeze by keeping your body well groomed? That's right, folks. I'm here to introduce Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the ultimate, let me say that again, the ultimate all-inclusive kit designed to help you feel clean cut and confident as you should. It's featuring the Powerhouse Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, next-gen trimmer that ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with a trim above the rest. And like I mentioned, use that code Dolphins at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Guys, I'm telling you, the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here, and it's got futuristic tendencies. What? Wild. Included in this bundle is the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose trimmer, and those essential aftercare products like the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Wow, the list goes on. And all you got to do is go to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping when you use that code Dolphins. That's the code, and we love you and we care about you, so we're putting that link right in the description and the comments of today's video. So it's just one click, manscaped.com. Use that promo code Dolphins for 20% off and free shipping. And then you got the eyebrows looking good. You got the undercarriage looking good. Check, check, check. You're a totally new person in 2024. Manscaped.com. Use the code Dolphins for 20% off and free shipping. Now, a lot more to get into, but I think what I really found out from this win over the Cowboys is that the Dolphins are for real. And I was starting to not necessarily buy into the national narrative, but I wanted to see the Dolphins prove it. I felt like this was a prove-it game, and you had to find a way to win at home, and that's exactly what they did because they took care of the football. They did not turn the ball over. Taking care of the football, winning the turnover battle equals wins. The Dolphins are now +3 for the season in turnover differential, and I don't think it's any secret that with the Dolphins' success in the last 2 games, they've won the turnover battle. First against the Jets, and I know it's the lowly Jets, but 4-0 in the turnover battle the week prior, and then in this one, they forced a huge turnover at the goal line, and that was the game's lone turnover, which is a big reason why the Dolphins were successful in this game. So, as simple as we can make it, don't turn the ball over, you gave yourself a chance to win. That's now back-to-back games without a turnover by this Dolphins offense, and now back-to-back wins for the Miami Dolphins. Part of that winning effort has come on the heels of a defense that is getting better and better each and every game. They're like a rocket ship. They just continue to reach new heights, And they had a tall task defending the Dallas Cowboys because, like the Miami Dolphins, they have been lighting up the scoreboard all season long. They entered that game with the second best scoring offense in the National Football League. The Dolphins held them to 20 points, which is well below their season average. And if you were with us leading up to that game, we told you, look, the Cowboys are a different team on the road than they are at home. And the Dolphins still held the Cowboys below their season average on the road of point totals because they were able to make plays at all three levels. Bradley Chubb, Andrew Van Ginkel, Christian Wilkins, Zach Zeeler, all on the interior defensive line, played well. You got a solid performance from David Long Jr. and Duke Riley at the linebacker position. And the secondary had a tall task trying to slow down CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys' prolific passing game and to hold them to 20 points, albeit a 17-play drive that resulted in a touchdown. But a couple of different times they bent but did not break. And that's what winning defense is all about. I think Vic Fangio deserves a ton of credit. In year number one, as the defensive coordinator, he's brought a level of schematical excellence to this Dolphins defense, putting guys in positions to make plays. Jalen Ramsey also helps the secondary a lot. Xavier Howard had a few times he got beat, but he is a guy that's a ball-hawking corner. You throw in Deshaun Elliott and, of course, Brandon Jones at safety. Hopefully you're going to get Javon Holland back in this defense. I feel really good going to battle with down the stretch and into the playoffs. And speaking of that, the job's not done, my friends, because this has been fun. 11 wins. You beat the Cowboys at home. Everybody's feeling good. I'm feeling good. You're feeling good, but the job's not done. We're going to see what happens the rest of the way. But as we turn the page into this AFC playoff picture, whatever happens, the Dolphins and Ravens are playing in Week 17, so that game's going to decide a ton. It'll be fun to see how the wild card plays out as well. And then, Week 18, that showdown against the Bills. And this is where you'll want to be if you're the Miami Dolphins. You control your own destiny. And it's easy for me with the microphone in the studio to say, go out there and win. But as we see on Hard Knocks, this team has the chemistry. This team has the drive. They obviously have the personnel, the playmakers on both sides of the ball to do it. They have the winning coaching staff. And I believe together they have the cohesiveness to be a force in the AFC and really put this season on the line as a memorable one. We'll see what happens in the final 2 weeks, but we know the Dolphins are going to be playing postseason football after they clinch with that win over the Cowboys. And I feel good about riding with this Miami Dolphins team first into next week against the Ravens and then into Week 18 against the Bills and then into the playoffs. But to get you ready for that contest against the Ravens, biggest of the season so far, let me know who you got in the comments. It's real simple. Type D for Dolphins or R for Ravens. And I can't wait to watch this Dolphins season unfold down the stretch in Week 17 and into Week 18 and into the playoffs. What a blast it's going to be. Buckle up. What a ride we have in store. Shout out to producer Jack on the ones and twos. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Dolphins Today, and we'll see you next time on Dolphins Today.